What we do to the planet, we do to ourselves. You can help keep America beautiful. Visit KAB.org.
Creative Signs, we make large and small property and business signs, full-color, digitally printed banners, as well as vinyl lettered ones for celebrating special events. Yard signs for selling your home or making special announcements like your graduating senior. Turn your vehicle into a moving billboard with vehicle lettering or magnetics. Creative Signs, Monroe, 770-267-7368.
Walton Wellness is truly a unique organization. It is dedicated to the prevention of lifestyle-related chronic illness such as diabetes and heart disease. One of the things that makes Walton Wellness so unique is what it is built upon, the building blocks, the way that it's designed. And we designed it on what we have coined the wheel of community wellness. We have visualized it through this graph, which is actually the wheel. And it's explained like this. The blue ring, the inner ring, is called our influences. Family, friends, knowledge, lifestyle, DNA, education level. These are all the major influences, or what I like to refer to as filters, that we make our choices, our life decisions based upon. The next ring is called choices we make. That is the choices that we make in our lives. Do we regularly exercise? What kind of diet do we eat? The neighborhood that we live in, our occupation. All of these things are the choices that we make, especially in regards to our health. The next ring is what we call the environment. That's the community where we live. Do we have sidewalks that enable us to go out with regular exercise? Do we have grocery stores with adequate fresh fruits and vegetables? What's the religious attitudes in our community? What region of the country do we live in? What type of community organizations do we have? Then what makes the part about Walton Wellness being so unique is this outer ring, the fourth ring, which is the yellow ring. That is what we call the prevention catalyst. That is where Walton Wellness has gone into the community and solicited partners from the elected officials, the public schools, churches, civic organizations, law enforcement. We've solicited them as partners to come in with us and create projects that create a culture of health in our community.
Director of Marketing here in Monroe at Clearview Regional Medical Center. Thank you so much for tuning in today and joining us. We've got lots of great events coming up here at Clearview with several of our different programs. If you're not already familiar, we have 2 different programs that you can join as an individual here in the community to get certain perks and bonuses, sometimes even some different events going on and different giveaways. One of them is our Senior Extra program, and that is open for anyone to join, and we most specifically target our seniors. We have weekly seminars on everything from colon health to heart health, stroke prevention, CPR classes, all sorts of different events that are going on for our seniors to learn about and be educated about in order to keep their selves healthy. So that's our Senior Extra program, and our other program is called Cuddle Bugs, and that is for new or expecting mothers to sign up to receive a weekly email that updates them on the progress of their pregnancy, as well as giving them also some helpful hints and tips for taking care of themselves and their bodies and their babies. If you've not been out here to visit us at our new facility, we certainly welcome you to come and take a tour at any time. We have a 50-bed facility here, and we currently are undergoing a 27-bed expansion to add 27 more inpatient rooms, 7 of which will be devoted completely to joints and to orthopedics, so that we will have a Clearview joint pavilion here that everyone can come and take advantage of our great facility and our great services. We have tons of different service lines, everything from orthopedics to geriatrics and neurology, whatever you need. We have someone on staff here that can serve all of your needs. So if you're looking for a physician, we have a physician referral line, and that number is 1-877-933-2762. You can call that phone number and get information about any of our referral physicians here that are on staff and their specialties, so you can find someone to meet all of your needs. Additionally, our website is a great source of information, and that is www.clearviewregionalmedicalcenter.com. It's a bit of a mouthful, but go there to get information about all of our classes, about all of our different programs that we have, the Senior Extra program as well as the Cuddle Bugs program. You can also find information about our doctors, about upcoming events, and any other sorts of resources that you might need from us here as your community hospital. So if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to contact us through the website or calling us directly here at the hospital. We would love to serve all of your healthcare needs and be your true community hospital. So I'm Emily Russell at Clearview Regional Medical Center.
Hey, my name is Craig Buckles here at Buckles Hardware. We've been in business for about 40 years. We're located in Monroe at 113 North Broad Street. And we have a lot of different items in here that a lot of people don't have, and we can fix you up, and we have the knowledge and qualified sales staff that can help you, and be glad to help you with anything you need. Here at Buckles, we have all your favorite seeds sold in any amount you want. All of our plants are packed the way you want to buy them, and we have heirloom and hybrid type tomato plants for your gardening fun. We have a good sales staff that's knowledgeable about planting plants, and we can answer any questions that you want. And we also sell fertilizer and all kinds of garden tools. Yeah, and we can answer any questions that you might have, and be sure and call us. Our number is 770-267-5833. And we have a real knowledgeable sales staff, so if you have any kind of questions or you're a first-time gardener, we can sure help you with that. And we appreciate your business here at Buckles Hardware and invite you to come on in and check us out for all your gardening needs.
Ben's trying to take a picture, I'm sorry.
Now this truck is, you don't like to step up when you get in the vehicle. This one you definitely do not have to step up right on the ground.
Lexus LFA in around 2005 when it was on the cover of Car and Driver, and placed an order for this first car back in 2005. I got it in 2011 in February. They worked on that car. They started the design in 2000, so it took them 11 years because they decided to go with an all-carbon body rather than an aluminum body in 2005. So I waited 6 years for the car. I have the number 3 car off the production line of 500, and it's the first U.S. car. This new car, the darker gray car, is number 499 of 500, and I understand Toyota's going to keep the number 500 car. So they built 500 cars over 2 years' time. They spent $500 million on this project, and the cars are approximately 400,000, maybe a little bit more. People say, well, they lost a lot of money. Well, they didn't, because it's kind of like research and development. The technology they've learned how to make all this carbon fiber and some of the other things in the building of the cars will be used with Toyota and Lexus for years to come. The cars were built here in 2011 and 2012, 250 cars per year. They built 1 car a day, 20 a month. So the total production is 500. I'm lucky to have, out of 178 in the United States, I have number 1 car and I have number 178. I call them bookends. So, greatest car I've ever owned and driven. I've had Ferraris and Lamborghinis and Porsches and Audis and R8 Audis and Aston Martins, Lotuses, Maseratis. I've had a lot of exotic cars, and I usually keep them for maybe a year and drive them for 1,000 to 1,500 miles. The first car, I've got 7,000 miles on it. Just couldn't stay out of it. Love the car. It's really built as a race car. You can take it straight to the track. It is a high-performance car, and top speed is 200 miles an hour. The cars have a all-aluminum block. They're 10 cylinders, and they're no bigger than a V8 and no heavier than a V6. It's 552 horsepower. It's 4.8 liters, and again, the entire car is carbon fiber. The spoiler in the back comes up at 50 miles an hour, and when you slow down to 30, it goes down. You'll be able to see on the darker car the roof, which is exposed carbon fiber. That's what the whole car is built of, and that was an option. There are only 3 or 4 out of the 500 that have exposed carbon fiber roof, so you'll be able to see that on this car.
Hello, it is Thursday, March the 21st, and we are here at Avalon Salon in downtown Monroe. We have the owner, Sherry Farmer, here, and we're so excited to be here to do their grand opening, official grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony this morning. So Sherry, why don't you tell us a little bit about the salon and let your folks introduce themselves, or you introduce your other folks that work here.
Okay, hi, I'm Sherry Farmer. I'm the owner of Avalon Salon. We have a lot to offer. We have a spa, and we do hair. We have 5 hairstylists here. We have 1 nail tech, and we have an esthetician which does facials and body wraps, etc. And we have reflexology as well as acupuncture, and we also have 2 masseuses here. So we have a lot to offer. And with me today we have our shop administrator, which is Amy here, and Amy Moss, and this is Christy Studdard. She's one of the hairstylists. And then we have Barbara, she's the esthetician here, Barbara Bastian. And then we have Jason Lee, he's a hairstylist here. And then we have Amy Smith, another hairstylist, and she is the nail tech as well. And then we have Kristen, and she's the hairstylist here with us. And then we have Tressa Loopers. She is one of our masseuses here. And that's all that we have with us today, but we have a few more that couldn't be with us today. So,
very good. Anybody else you want to introduce that's here?
I have my parents back here, Glenda Coleman and Ricky Coleman, and lots of friends. Yeah, we have a great support group here.
Very
Thank
good.
y'all for coming. Thank you very much.
Sherry, tell us what your hours are.
We are Monday through Saturday. Monday through Friday we are, I'm trying to think, 9:30 to 5. We do work later hours by appointments only. And Saturdays we're open from 10 to 3.
Okay. Do you have to have an appointment, or do you take walk-ins?
We do take walk-ins. We advise appointments, but we do take walk-ins.
Okay. And one of y'all surely knows the phone number. You'll be amazed the people that give their cell phone numbers out.
It's 770-267-0029.
Okay, so we encourage you to give them a call, stop by, and see the salon. It's absolutely beautiful, and congratulations
Thank
to
you so much. Thank you.
And your team. So, are you ready to go outside and cut the
Yes.
ribbon? Okay.
We're ready.
All right, you ready? All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, I'm Dr. April Mitchell from the Monroe Veterinary Clinic, and today I'd like to talk to you about having your dog's teeth cleaned. The first step to have a dental cleaning is to have a veterinarian examine your dog's teeth and to kind of stage the dental disease. And we have different grades. We have like grade 1, which is just where there's a little bit of tartar and the teeth just have some staining. Grade 2, there's more tartar present and there may be some root exposure. Grade 3 is where usually there are teeth that need to be extracted with a great deal of root exposure. And with root exposure, you have a much more likelihood chance of developing abscesses in the teeth, which can be very painful and are definitely a source of infection. Any tartar can also be a source of infection also, and the danger of having all that tartar and debris in your dog or cat's mouth is that it's a source of bacteria which then can get in their bloodstream and cause conditions of the heart like endocarditis or kidney disease, which is devastating later in life. So keeping your cat's and dog's teeth cleaned is very important. So if you brought your dog in for a dental cleaning, we would run blood work on your pet to make sure its liver and kidney function is adequate enough for a dental procedure, because a dental cleaning in a dog or cat requires general anesthesia. So we would then, if the blood work looked good, we would sedate the dog with a sedative, mild, and give pain medication, start on antibiotics, put an IV catheter in, and usually we put one in the front leg, and that way we have access to the vein in order to induce anesthesia, and then we place an endotracheal tube where we have your pet hooked to an anesthesia machine that monitors the amount of gas anesthesia as well as the oxygen flow. We also would then hook your pet up to a heart monitor that controls the readings. It doesn't control, but it helps read their blood pressure, their heart rate, their temperature, their oxygenation, and their CO2 levels. So that really helps us keep your pet as safe as we possibly can during the anesthetic episode, because the anesthesia is one of the more risky aspects of the procedure. We would then put a mouth gag in so that we could access the back teeth as well as the front teeth, and we would clean by scaling and polishing the teeth. And we have a dental scaler, just like dentists do, and we clean and we measure pocket depths, check for root exposure, check for broken teeth, check for enamel defects. Cats can have stomatitis, which is inflamed gums, and they have a condition that can be really painful called resorptive lesions, where the teeth actually start resorbing into the mandible or the maxilla. So that is a really pretty serious condition that we see in cats. Dogs oftentimes will see tooth abscesses, a lot of times, which is kind of not very attractive, but there'll be hair all stuck in the gum line. So we'll remove any hair or debris that's stuck up under your dog or cat's teeth, because they do groom themselves and that hair can get stuck up into the gum. Also, another thing that can happen is the fuzz from tennis balls or chew toys. All of that fuzz, carpet fibers can get lodged up in there, which is a really big source of inflammation, and it's a perfect nidus for bacteria to form. So after we clean and polish the teeth, then we rinse the mouth really well and we wake your pet up. So we demonstrated that earlier, and we did have to extract a few teeth, which I would like to show. And these were incisors, upper incisors, and these teeth had to be extracted because they had severe root exposure, and the two teeth were gray in color, so they were not receiving normal blood flow. And this was a small dog's little upper teeth. So we did that, and she should be healthy. We also send our patients home with pain medication and antibiotics for at least a week.
Hello Walton County, this is Kevin Little with the Chairman's Report on Walton Entertainment, Channel 16. Missed you there for the past couple of weeks. I know Derry Boyd put on a little presentation about what's going on with the car tags and hand-to-hand sales. Appreciate him stepping in and doing that. Got a lot of things going on in Walton County as the new year has kicked off and we're heading into spring. Want to let you know that Hard Labor Creek, the road realignments are underway, so if you're on Social Circle Fairplay, Mount Perrin Road, or anywhere around down in there, you may see some delays or some detours. They're in the process right now of realigning Social Circle Fairplay Road. They'll be building a 700-foot long bridge that'll be going over one part of the reservoir. The dam for the reservoir hope to be starting later on this year, and these roads have to be moved and secured prior to any elevation taking place on the dam, because on a torrential rainfall like we've had in the last few weeks here, some of those roads could go under water if we hadn't had them prepared. So that's the first step, is to get the roads relocated and then go from there to get things ready to go. So you should see some action happening on that part of the county, and the money that we got from Governor Deal in the state of Georgia is going to be used wisely to get this Hard Labor Creek up and going, where Walton County will have a water source in the very near future. Another item I want to talk to you about is Charlotte Rowell Boulevard on Highway 11 North. Nearly about everywhere I go, people want to understand, they can't understand exactly how that's going. Right now, if you come down by Chick-fil-A and Walmart going out to 78, you can only go to 78 eastbound toward Athens. Once the construction is completed, you'll be able to go under the bridge and go on to Highway 11 farther north. That'll be a 2-lane road under the bridge there. Same way if you come back from Athens on 78 going towards Walmart and Chick-fil-A. Normally now you can get off and go under the bridge one way, but you'll come down to a red light at Charlotte-Rowell Boulevard. You'll be able to turn right and go back up toward the Board of Education, or you'll be able to turn left to go towards Chick-fil-A. What this is designed to do is to be a relief for the Highway 11 78 interchange. Many of you, if you sit there, a lot of times in the afternoons, it backs up all the way down to 78, and so plus it'll open up a little bit on the northern side of 78 there for some economic development for the city of Monroe, and just another road to relieve traffic, as that's a little congested area out around the hospital, Home Depot, and Walmart. So that's probably going to be most of the spring and summer getting that road done, probably be maybe Christmas time. I hadn't seen the actual schedule deadline on when that's going to be done, but it'll be exciting to have that where you'll have some options. I know myself, I've got backed up on 138 down there, and once you get around that curve, there's nowhere to go. All you can do is sit and wait, and I've sat there for 30-40 minutes, so it'll be nice to have that relief. I want to talk to you about the budget. Walton County Board of Commissioners right now are doing budget hearings with our constitutional officers and department heads, preparing the fiscal 2014 budget. We are excited about the way that conservative we've been with your dollars. We spend them wisely and not been astronomically wild with spending and providing the services that you demand at a cheap dollar amount here. And so looks like this year going forward, that's kind of what Walton County is looking at again. Everybody's come forward. They have expressed their needs to us, and they've itemized and prioritized their needs to where we can hopefully deal with it. The bonding that we've had in the past that we've been concerned about is gone now, so we can actually know exactly the real dollars that we're working with, and we don't have to worry about the bonding that was there before. Yesterday, Walton County voted to Board of Commissioners at the second. This was a call meeting after the meeting from 1st of March to, we suspended the impact fees. So if you're building a house or fixing to build a house in Walton County now, the impact fees are suspended, and it'll show up as a zero on the bill there, and you won't have to pay any impact fees. We're trying to do some stuff to spur the economy here. You know, with the Caterpillar over in the Athens area and Baxter in the south side of the county, we figure there are going to be some people in here looking for housing and looking for places to reside, and we just want to make Walton County as attractive as we can, and so that would give us a little bit of advantage, we hope, over the Newton and the Clark County there, because they have impact fees in place. And so like I said, there's a lot of things going on in Walton County, and if you have questions or concerns, please feel free to give me a call, 770-267-1316. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jody Johnson here with the Recreation Report. I'd like to let you know that our youth baseball and softball season is underway. The weather is not cooperating at its best. We're really waiting on the springtime weather to get here, but nonetheless, we're out playing every day out at Criswell Park in Monroe, South Walton and Social Circle, and at West Walton Park in Loganville. So all our boys and girls are really having a good time out there at the parks with their spring baseball and softball season. Our soccer season is also underway. A lot of kids out at Felker Park participating in that program. Again, all these programs will go until about the time school lets out, and then we'll have our county-wide tournament and then some type of all-star season for our baseball and softball. And then, as always, once we start one season, it's time to start looking and planning on the other. So we have our fall registration dates already out there. We'll register for our football, our fall baseball and softball, our fall soccer. All those programs will start registering on May 13th through the 18th. And I will have a flyer put out for you at the end of the show to talk a little bit about the fall sports programs. The cost of most of them around $75 for ages 7 and up. It's a little cheaper for the 5 and 6 year olds, where it's just instructional only. And as always, we provide most of the uniform for you as you need. We also have our annual fishing and casting contest coming up at Meridian Park, Saturday, April 27th. That's at Meridian Park. And then on Saturday, May 4th, we will have our fishing derby and casting contest out at Matthews Park. These are huge community events where, you know, normally around 300 to 500 people, if the weather's right, come out and show their skills in the casting contest, where we have a bullseye set up and we have different age groups out there, and they practice casting into that bullseye from about 40 feet away or so. And then we also have prizes for the largest and smallest fish, and hopefully most people throw them back. We do let you keep a few if you want to eat those. A lot of them are around 1 pound to 2 pounds a piece, but there are a few large ones out there. I know because I've seen them pulled out and released. So we look forward to those fishing and casting contests coming up in April 27th and May 4th. So hope to see you out there. And a lot of people win a lot of things. We have a lot of door prizes, so you'll get tickets when you get there. And so if you're not a fisherman, you just want to come out for the good fellowship, come out and just walk around the pond and see what people caught. A lot of families out there. And again, we want to invite you out to our community centers. They're open while the weather's still cold. I know we're waiting on spring. It's a great place to get in shape and to exercise. And we have a lot of classes that are filling up fast. I'm amazed each day that I go into the community centers, the number of people that are utilizing the community centers. It's not just the seniors, even though we do have a lot of seniors that are using our community centers. We have around 6,000 members to our community centers at Meridian Park and Felker Park. And about 3,000 of those are seniors that are coming in. And remember, that's it's a free membership. It only costs you a one-time only $20 fee to get a card that allows you to get in the door to the upstairs walking track. So whether you're a senior or a family that wants to come out and be a member of our community centers, there's a lot to offer there. Discounted programs, whether it's aerobic or kickboxing or yoga, it doesn't matter. We have a lot of them. So go to our website at waltoncountyga.gov, look at our programs and see what we have to offer. I'm sure we have something that will make your quality of life better. And again, I'm going to put the registration information up and about the fishing derby. These flyers will be going out in the school here in a couple weeks, so look in your children's notebooks or however the teachers send it home, and we will have that out for you. And we hope to see you at the community center. If you want to rent one of our pavilions, remember we have about 14 pavilions that people rent out all over the county now. They do book quick. It's a small fee of $30 to reserve it. Again, it doesn't cost anything to use them, but to reserve them, it does cost you $30. You come into our office or go to our community center, and we will make that available for you. They do book fast for a lot of family reunions, birthdays, you name it, they get used up. So most of them come with playgrounds and that sort of thing. It's a great place to have a small family reunion or a small birthday party. So look forward to seeing you at one of our parks, and until next time, thank you very much.
Welcome to this week's edition of The Health Story. My name is Dee Dee Harris, the Executive Director of Walton Wellness, Inc., a nonprofit located here in Walton County dedicated to the prevention of lifestyle-related chronic illness, focusing on heart disease and diabetes. Each week I like to come to you with hopefully some type of helpful tip for you or someone that you love, or I'd like to bring to you some new information or resources that we might have available here in our community. And today I want to talk just a little bit about something called genetic risk. A lot of times this can be a little bit confusing to people, especially when you go to a doctor for the first time. How much paperwork do you have to fill out? They usually hand you a stack with a clipboard and a pen and ask you to go sit down, and about 30 minutes later you're able to come up and hand it all in. Well, part of that paperwork typically is called a family history, and you all are familiar, I'm sure, with having to go down the list and fill out the questions of the family history. And a lot of times people don't really understand why they're having to answer all this family history questions. But what that is about is, as I'm sure you have heard of, that we are genetically at higher risk for certain diseases or chronic illnesses or conditions that run in our family. Now, when I say genetically higher risk, that doesn't mean that you are determined that you are going to get it. That doesn't mean that it is basically there's nothing you can do and you are going to develop that disease or condition or whatever just because you have a strong family history or because it runs in your family. That is one of the things that I wanted to talk about this morning and kind of explain exactly what that does mean. We all know that we have genes which are carried from person to person throughout our family. But what is most important, obviously, is it has to be in a bloodline. Especially for children, they don't understand a lot of times that when you're married, you're not necessarily related, blood related to your spouse or to your spouse's family. So obviously, it is important that when you're talking about family history, it is within your own bloodline. Also, most of the time, what really matters is what we consider a close bloodline, and that would be parents, siblings, and grandparents, maternal and paternal, father's parents, mother's parents. Basically, when you get out to uncles and aunts and cousins and great-great-grandparents and all of that kind of stuff, it kind of waters down the genes, so to speak. So your genes are not as strong as it comes down the line. Now that does mean that it may be something that runs in the family and it's been passed down, but it's not as strong. What they're typically looking at to determine if you are genetically at a higher risk for developing something, they are looking at someone who's pretty close in your bloodline. And so that's what they want to see, and that's typically what those family histories are asking about too. Now, why are we not predetermined to get these conditions if everyone in our family has gotten them? Well, as Walton Wellness, what we're all about is lifestyle. A lot of times, a lot of conditions or diseases that run in a family are lifestyle related. It does often depend on what type of lifestyle that our family before us have led. Now, some conditions you might end up getting no matter what kind of lifestyle. I like to use my mother as an example. She has lived fairly healthy lifestyle. She is thin, she exercises still, and she has always lived pretty healthy. However, in her 40s, she had to go on blood pressure medicine. It about killed her. She's a nurse, and so she knew what that meant as far as going on blood pressure medicine, and she did not want to do it. She was very upset about it, I can remember. But it was one of those things that she was very high risk genetically. Her father had to go on blood pressure medicine at an earlier age, and it kind of went back through the family. So she was genetically at a higher risk. Even though she lived a healthy lifestyle and all of that stuff, it was not going to help her when it came to having to start blood pressure medicine. Now, what she was able to do is, even though she did have to go on blood pressure medicine, is she has controlled her blood pressure very well so that she doesn't have to take a very high dose of blood pressure medicine. She hasn't had to do anything other than just going on the basic blood pressure medicine. So there's lots of things that you can do even if you are predisposed or have a high genetic risk for some type of condition or instance. One thing that you can do, if it is definitely lifestyle related, is you can prolong the onset of that condition or disease, depending if you live a healthy lifestyle. If you're exercising and eating healthy and not smoking and doing some of those kind of things, you can actually delay how long it takes for that disease to actually affect you. Maybe your father or mother developed it in her 40s, and maybe if you're living a healthy lifestyle, you won't get it until you're in your 50s or maybe even 60s. So that is one thing. Even though you're at a high genetic risk, you can actually delay the onset of chronic illness. Also, as I said, you may not ever get it, but even if you do get it at an earlier age and you're living a healthy lifestyle and you feel like I'm doing everything that I possibly can, by continuing to live a healthy lifestyle, you can control that condition, keep it under control, and you may have to stay on medication for it, but you can stay on a low dose medication and you won't have other complications that often go along with, like hypertension, diabetes, heart disease, those kind of things. So the family history actually is very important. So the next time you go to the doctor for the first time and they hand you all that paperwork and you're over there in the corner filling it out and kind of grumbling to yourself, why do I have to do this? It actually is very beneficial for you and for your doctor. So if you have to leave a lot of the family history blank because you don't know, I encourage you to ask your relatives. Hopefully if your parents are living or grandparents, start questioning them about why did so-and-so die, or what kind of conditions do run in your family, because these are very important things for you to know for yourself and then future for your children or even your grandchildren. So I encourage you to find out about your family history as far as health goes and to remember how important it is. So try to fill out that paperwork as closely as much as you know. Put it on there so that it will help your doctor in determining if you have some strange symptoms or whatever. He's able to look back, or she's able to look back at your family history and see, well, this kind of condition may run in your family. As always, if you want more information, you can find us on the web at waltonwellness.org. Also, all of our contact information is on there as well. But you can always get me the old-fashioned way by phone, which is 770-313-8107. Thanks for watching.
Good morning. Thank you for watching. I'm Dina Huff, Executive Director for the Partnership for Families, Children, and Youth. And I'm excited today about my guest that I have with me today. And she's not new to the partnership at all, or Walton County. It's Miss Teresa Johnson. She's parent mentor for Walton County Public School System. And we're here to talk about an honor and a nomination that she has been offered through Parent to Parent of Georgia. She's been nominated for the 2013, she's a finalist for the Education Impact Award.
Right.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that and let you know how you could vote for Miss Teresa Johnson, because we really need for you to go online and vote for that. So Teresa, tell us a little bit about how, what led the folks to nominate you for that award.
Okay, well, Parent to Parent of Georgia is a statewide organization that provides information and support for families who have children that have special needs, or children who have disabilities. And what I have done for the past several years as a parent mentor is to be able to reach out to families in our community, provide support, provide information, and that sort of thing. And annually, the Parent Mentor Partnership has done this award. They have one for a community impact, they have one for education impact. What they're looking for is a professional or somebody in the community who has done a lot of work to provide inclusion opportunities for kids with disabilities to integrate with kids without disabilities, whether it's with sports, whether it's in classroom settings, you know, what clubs, anything like that. And so a couple of parents, as well as my special education director, Dr. Suzanne Carter, nominated me this year for this award in the county. And there was a committee with the parent-to-parent organization who selected the finalists based on information that was submitted about the candidates. So I was selected as one of the top 6 in the state to be voted on by the public. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Oh yeah, it's exciting for you and for us as community members. I know we go way back, and Teresa reminded me how far back that our relationship started back around 2005 or 6.
Right.
Teresa was the founder of the FACES group, and I'll let you explain what that group
Yes, I have a son who is now 21 who has autism, and I was that parent that needed the support, and there was not any kind of support for families in this county, specifically for kids who had autism. So I felt a God calling, what it was, to start a support group, and called it FACES, which is families of autism, Asperger's syndrome, care, educate, and support. And we began to have monthly meetings. And it was really the partnership that got my group started. Melinda Quinn, who was there at the time, and I had met, and Rick Baker, and we had begun talking about some of the needs that the partnership had been contacted by families in the community. So that's kind of how it got started in 2005, and it's just evolved from there. A lot of other things are now available in the community, but it started there with the Faces group.
And I know that you've had your hands and you've been instrumental in starting all those other resources for families with children with disabilities. And I know Teresa, as we work together throughout our partnership and as a friend, and I know that she tries her very best to make resources available to all families in Walton County. And if we ever get a call now here at the partnership, and it's a call inquiring about resources for a child with special needs or a disability, I always automatically think of you, Teresa, when and give them your number. I think this is a special honor for Teresa, as she does so much in the community. She tries to link families and make sure that all families, even families with children without disabilities or with disabilities, have a voice. And I think that's very important for all of our families of Walton County. So I think it's a huge honor. And do you want to share how people could vote for you, or is that open to the public?
It is open to the public, and what we have done is the Walnut Grove High School video production group has created a video talking to various people, you and a couple of other people in the community, and that video will be uploaded to YouTube. It will be uploaded by April the 1st, which is just a week from Monday, I believe. And from April the 1st to April the 19th, people can go online to the Parent to Parent of Georgia website, and they will be able to click on the video, watch the video. Mine will be there as well as the other finalists. And then there'll be a place for them to vote on the Parent to Parent of Georgia website. And they can vote every day, and they can tell their friends to vote. It is a popular vote. So obviously, as many people can vote as possible is going to help, win the award. And the winner will be announced in May. And part of the winning, you receive a trophy, but you also receive a small amount that you can use personally or professionally as like a little grant. And I would like to be able to use the money to do something for our kids here in Walton County.
Wow.
So
that's wonderful. So like I've told you before, if you do not have access to internet, go to your local library, whether it's Monroe, Loganville, and make sure you get on a computer between those dates that Teresa has given. And just Google Parent to Parent of Georgia.
The website is www.P2P.ga.org. So it's P2PGA.org. And then there'll be a link there that says Impact Awards, and they can click on that and it'll take them. If they have a child in Walton County schools, they do have computers that they can also inquire about in their office, and they can allow them to get on the computer if they have a child in that school. So that's another alternative for parents that they might not even know is available to them.
For other resources.
For other resources as well, to check their child's grades or to do things like that. So just check with your office in your school, and they can tell you what they have available and when.
Sure. So I do encourage you to do that, because what an honor to have someone from Walton County, our very own Miss Teresa Johnson. We would love to see her receive this award and in representation of Walton County. So thank you for all that you do for Walton County, for partners and families in Walton County, and thank you so much for being my guest today.
Thank you.
As always, if you have any questions for us here at the partnership, Rick Baker, Amy Honeywell, or myself, please give us a call at 770-207-6060. Thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Elaine Oakes, Director of Keep Walton Beautiful and the Walton County Recycling Center, joining you today with this week's edition of the Walton Waste Watcher Report. Today I just want to share a couple of things with you. First of all, we had, I think, told you about our Document Destruction Day that we're sponsoring with the assistance of Carmichael Drug Store. We had talked about doing it in May, but we've had some challenges. We've been a little bit short of staff out here at the recycling center, and we decided we needed a little bit more time to publicize this event. So we are changing the date to Saturday, June the 8th. I'm not sure of the time yet, but I'm thinking it's going to be 10 to 12 on that Saturday in the Carmichael Drugstore parking lot up towards the front. And I'll be reminding you of this, but so many times people will call us and say, oh, I didn't hear about that, or I wish I had known. So you'll hear us talking about that and reminding you over the next few weeks. But once again, it will not be in May. It'll be on June the 8th. The other thing I wanted to tell you today is with the spring coming up, even though it doesn't seem like spring with our chilly weather right now, we see a lot of people, begin to do their spring cleaning, and they even do things around their yard. We want to remind you that we do not take any kind of yard waste at this facility, which is located on Leroy Anderson Road. There are several inert landfills in our county. They're privately owned, and that was one reason the county did not try to start an inert landfill, because there were already operational inert landfills in our county. So if you have yard waste and you do not know where to take that yard waste, please feel free to call us, and we'll give you the phone numbers of the ones in the different areas, and then you can choose who to call and check on the prices and things like that. We are still open 6 days a week. We are closing to the public 15 minutes earlier than what was featured before. We've been doing that over a year, but it takes a little bit of time for us to close down our computers. If somebody's back on the pad dumping, we have to give them time to get out of our facility. So if you have a really big load to bring to the Walton County Recycling Center, for example, during the week, you need to probably get here no later than 3:30, maybe a little bit before that, because we shut down and don't allow anybody back in there after 3:45. And then on Saturdays, the same thing. We close technically at 1:45. We do not allow anybody back on the pad after that time. So you need to get there at least 20 minutes ahead of time, or if you feel like your load is really huge, give yourself time to get in and out of the facility so the staff can do what they need to do to close in a timely fashion. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a good week and happy spring.
You are what you eat. What does that make you?
I work for Walton Wellness, and we partner up with Fish, and we're doing a community farmers market. It's a referral-based market, and we're trying to provide healthy options for food, a lot of fresh produce for people who may be going through kind of a hard time. And it's fun to be out here giving back to the community.
Well, I will say I've never seen a model like Walton Wellness before. Not a community-wide model that is looking at the overall needs of a community and finding some very innovative ways, I think, to address the needs to improve the health of the community.
And it's great. It's very impressive and empowering to see helping so many people.
Provide good food for them so that they can have a good diet and maintain a good healthy lifestyle.
People that had going through a tough period, and they have an opportunity to have fresh produce.
Both my parents are diabetic, so we do have to cut back on the sugars and the sodas and the sweet stuff. So we are definitely trying to start to eat healthier.
Thanks for tuning in today. We're about to show you some of the dogs and cats available for adoption here at Walton County Animal Control. You know, springtime is right around the corner, so if you don't have a pet, why not add one this year? You know, get a dog that can go walking or maybe jogging with you this spring and summer, or a cat to enjoy the back porch with you. We've got all kinds of animals that come through the shelter, from mixed breeds to pure breeds, large dogs, small dogs, every color cat that you'd want. Kittens will be coming in soon, so if you've been thinking about adding a pet to your household for the kids or for yourself, come on down to the animal shelter and check out what we have here. As always, you can window shop at www.waltonpets.net, or we even have a Facebook page now that you can follow as well. You can come to the shelter from 2 to 4:45 any day, Monday through Friday, and we are open certain Saturdays, but just check our website for those hours and come on down and adopt a pet.
This is a 5-year-old American Bulldog Boxer mix, Brindle and White. She was picked up 2 days ago. Now she's looking for a good home.
Boxer mix. She's about 2 years old. She's already spayed, looking for a good home. Very sweet dog.
Come here, man. Come here. Come here, come here, come here. We got a Dotson mix. He's a male. He's already neutered. He's about 5 years old. He needs somebody with some experience with animals. He's a little timid, but once he warms up to you, he's really sweet.
This is Duke. He's about 5-year-old Brindle and White Boxer. He was owner surrendered about 3 or 4 days ago. He does have a bum back right leg. I think he got ran over at one time. But he's a sweet dog. He's definitely looking for a home.
All right, this happy girl, she's a German short-haired pointer mix, or maybe a Vizsla Hound mix. Very beautiful girl. She's got a microchip, and we've been calling a possible owner for about a week, and no one's called us back, so it's looking like she'll need to go into a home. She does play well with other dogs and just seems to have a great personality, and she's ready for adoption now. Yeah, this is Travis. He's about a 2 or 3 year old German Shepherd mix. Real handsome guy, looks real healthy. He came into the shelter as a stray, but no owners come looking for him, so he's ready to go into a new home. If you're looking for a German Shepherd or mix, this is your dog.
Do you have a collection of films and videotape sitting in your attic, basement, hall closet, or a box somewhere that are being lost to time? Creative artists can transfer your 8mm, Super 8mm, and 16mm films, as well as converting your VHS, CVHS, 8mm, and mini DV to DVD. Preserve your family's video history for the generations to come. Creative Artists, 1113 West Spring Street, Monroe, 770-267-7368.
Green, green, green. It's your home, it's your dream. Radon testing, keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green.
Making it green is making sure the air in your home is healthy for your family to breathe. Make sure you test your home for the presence of radon. It's easy. To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN. Preserve your family's health and well-being. Get your home tested. Now that's living healthy and green.
Green, green, green. It's your home, it's your dream. Radon testing, keep it healthy and clean. Make it green, green, green.
To learn more, call 866-730-GREEN.
Creative Signs, we make large and small property and business signs, full color digitally printed banners, as well as vinyl lettered ones for celebrating special events. Yard signs for selling your home or making special announcements like your graduating senior. Turn your vehicle into a moving billboard with vehicle lettering or magnetics. Creative Signs, Monroe, 770-267-7368.